All right.
Unmuted.
Call the meeting to order. Welcome to the Lander County Commission meeting, Town Board of Battle Mountain and Austin Board of County Highways Commissioners. So, Brian, will you lead us in the pledge, please? Sure.
United States of America,
And
one
to the
nation,
republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll have a moment of silence. All right, we're going to move forward. For Lander County Commission may break for lunch from 12 p.m. to 1:15 p.m. Any agenda item may be taken out of order, may be combined for consideration by the public body, and items may be pulled or removed from the agenda at any time. Commission reports on meetings, conferences, and seminars attended. Patsy?
No report, thank you.
Art?
I have no reports, but I do have a comment, since I haven't been here for a little bit. May 15th was just absolutely a wonderful patriotic celebration. I had many comments about how great it was all the way back from Florida. One of my cousins found out about it and said that she really appreciates what Lander County has done.
Very good. So I haven't attended any meetings or conferences. Brian?
It'll be covered on the agenda.
Okay. All right, very good. So, so for staff, reports and meetings and conferences attended. So, all right, we'll just jump on over the top of that. So, for consent agenda, all matters listed under the consent agenda are combined, considered routine and may be acted upon by the Board of County Commissioners with one action without extensive discussion. Any member of the board or any citizen may request that an item be taken from the consent agenda, discussed and acted upon separately during this meeting. Consent agenda materials are available at the Lander County Clerk's office for viewing, and copies are available for a nominal charge. 1. Approval of June 24th, 2021 agenda. Number 2. Approval of May 7th, 2020 special budget workshop meeting minutes. Number 3. Approval of May 13th, 2021 meeting minutes. Number 4, approval of May 27th, 2021 meeting minutes. Number 5, approval of June 10th, 2021 meeting minutes. And number 6, which is listed as number 5 again, approval of payroll change requests. So we have motion. What, do we have any?
Yeah, we got the meeting, the only meeting minutes I got was May 13th. Were there any others that?
I didn't see any.
So I'll make a motion that we approve 1, 3, and 6.
All right.
Second.
I'm sorry, did you say 1, 2, 3, and 6?
No, I didn't get 2. Did you get May?
I got
7th?
2, you didn't get the budget? It was, 357 pages, I think, or something like that.
So I'll amend my
Yeah.
motion to 1, 2, 3, and 6.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
All right, so Brian made the motion, Patsy second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, so for number 1, for discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove the payment of bills, we're gonna pull out check number 212219 and 212139 for Point S. So do we have a motion for all the other bills?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to pay all the other bills.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
I'll make a motion, we approve check number 212219 and 212139.
Second.
All right. Patsy made the motion, Art second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I abstain.
Okay. All right. So, go to, yeah. So we're gonna jump ahead to number 3, for discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove the 3-month extension to Elko Library Services contract at the cost not to exceed $28,027 for 3 months.
So Patsy, myself, and Bert attended that meeting in Elko. And there's a willingness to work with one another, I think, to to where it doesn't, put us under strain or them under strain. And that's kind of what we agreed on, and we wanted to bring it back to the board to, so if there's any discussion. But that was what we thought was the 3 months was probably a smart thing to do.
And the money is based on 3 months of the prior contract.
Right.
Actually, it's a little confusing.
It's a hybrid.
Yeah, because some of them were like annual amounts in there, so they're adjusted a little bit, so that's why they came up with the different amount. We also asked if that might be renewable on the quarterly, and they said they certainly would consider it. It was not an automatic renewal, but we could go before the board if we don't have things ready to go
And they
in
wanted to negotiate that.
in that period of time. And they're very happy to negotiate with us on any of the other situations that we had. In fact, it was the Deputy Attorney General that was there and was really very open to what is it that you want in the contract, and we're happy to negotiate with what you're concerned about. So that will be ongoing too.
Very good.
And we're still moving forward in a direction of our own library.
Absolutely.
Right.
The thing they're not gonna negotiate is the fact that to give Lander County any control
Right,
over the city.
right.
And that's our main,
Right.
that's our
Well,
main.
then we had discussed that too, because they, some of the board members, they wanted to know what the objection was, and that, we tried to make it clear that we want a say at the table.
Right.
And, but I think we finally got it through to them that they were thinking how we were thinking, so.
Right, I don't think they understood, I don't think that the library person or the assistant DA, talked to them at all about this, about what was going on. They just tried to shove it down our throats. The deputy DA and the library person, did the different terms of the contract, and I don't think they, from listening, it was hard for me to listen because it was a bad connection, but I certainly got the impression they didn't have any understanding of the trustees.
Yeah.
Did you get the same impression?
No, I did, yeah.
Did you, Patsy?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
Well, I'll make a motion that we approve a 3-month extension to the Elko Library Services contract not to exceed $28,027 for the next 3 months.
I'll second it.
All right, Art made the motion, do I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Very good. Keep me on track for the time, Liz. All right, number 4, for discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove, setting July 12th or July 13th, 2021 as a date for the Lander County Master Plan Workshop, and to decide whether to set this as a special meeting so all commissioners may attend. To approve invitations to attend for representatives of the following boards: Lander Economic Development Authority, LEDA, Lander County Planning Commission. To further request Wood Rogers, Lander County District Attorney, Lander County Planning and Zoning Department, Lander County Assessor, and any other elected officials or board members this commission decides. So,
Now, it's my understanding, yes, but you were
These are the 2 dates where Wood Rogers is available.
That's my understanding from talking to Bert.
Well, I would prefer the 12th since we have an activity at the rec center starting on the 13th. And I will be hosting the coach at my house, so I'm gonna be busy.
They did have another day. They had the 14th, Patsy, but the 14th, Bert and I are in training, so
and then
Bert
I'm
wouldn't
good
be
at
available.
12.
the 16th, so the 12th works for me.
12 works.
Yeah, I definitely wanna be there.
Yeah.
I have a couple of questions.
So you have a number of things. Do you want to set it as a special meeting so all 5 can attend?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
but-
think that would probably be
yeah.
best.
I do too,
I
but
do too.
it's
That's
up
a
to
good
you.
idea.
Yeah, I think there's some explaining to do and having the people present that were involved in decisions that they made in the past, they need to be
Well, you
there.
can discuss it. If we don't set it as a special meeting, the
Right,
disadvantage is that you guys can't discuss it.
Right.
sure, let's
No, absolutely.
get it open.
So, So do we have a motion for utilizing that date?
Yeah,
Well,
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we use July 12th as the date for the meeting concerning the master plan. That'd be the first motion.
Your motion has to
Special.
include the date and the fact that you want to set it as a special meeting
Okay,
And the time,
and
right?
the time.
okay. Do we have a time from Woods and Associates?
You just make a time.
Yeah, you
How,
just.
how
did the time.
long do they anticipate?
I can't.
I mean,
don't know.
do you think it's all day or?
And they'll be here in
I
person.
I think it's gonna be at least half a day, if not all day.
At least half a day, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, I would say half
so.
a day, from 9 to 12.
Can we make it a little later
Well,
than,
if they're
Like
coming
10.
than
from,
9?
Are
maybe you
gonna
should
come?
make it at 10.
Yes,
I was thinking
gonna
10.
Yeah, make it at 10. For
10
people
o'clock.
that are coming from out of town, it might be easier.
Yeah, okay, 10 o'clock. 10 until
Until
whatever time we need to go to.
starting at 10, just put starting at 10.
I'll make a motion that we have this special meeting, July 12th, starting at 10 o'clock, and to proceed with time as needed per the discussions.
And that you invite all the people,
Okay. And that we will invite the Lander Economic Development Authority, LEDA, Lander County Planning Commission. We want Wood and Rogers to be there, Lander County District Attorney, Lander County Planning and Zoning Department, Lander County Assessor, and other elected officials of board members. This commission decides, so we'll just open it up.
well, do you want, that's what see, you guys can discuss right now whether you think any other people, you can hold on to the motion you already made and then make it a discussion and see if anybody else wants to be invited.
I
Yeah,
think
don't
we
Send
think
out
should
notice.
I don't know why
invite
we would
all
limit
elected
it.
officials and
No, I don't wanna limit it, I think,
Whoever wants to come.
yeah.
that would include our sheriff too,
Absolutely.
and recorder and all
Yeah.
of them, yeah.
We'll send out a notice to everybody.
So make it open to,
Be
To
open
all.
attendance for all persons interested.
all Lander County personnel and, public.
Okay, Lander County personnel and public will be included in this meeting, special meeting.
I'll second.
All right, we got it.
That sounds good.
Okay, very good. So, make sure we cover all our bases. Art made the motion, Brian second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, very good.
Ted, did you send me that email?
Yeah, to your, no, I didn't text it to you, I
So,
emailed it.
Because you want
for
me to
discussion
screenshot
of
it
possible
and send it.
action to
Huh?
approve, disapprove the
screenshot
memorandum
it.
agreement
Yeah.
between the Department of Interior, Bureau of Land Management, and Battle Mountain District Office in Lander County.
We deferred this before because they wanted to be here, right? So are they coming today?
Are they not gonna be here?
Are they on the phone?
Oh, let me unmute this. Will you ask if anybody's on the phone for BLM?
Is anyone from the BLM on the phone?
Isn't it mute? It says mute.
They're unmuted.
Muted. Unmuted.
Table it.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and table this one again.
6.
We need to
So-
table number 6.
Okay, we're tabling to number 6. Alright. Moving on, for discussion and possible action on whether to withdraw from the lawsuit Lander County et al. Versus State of Nevada, and the legislature of
Oh,
the
do
State
you
of
wanna
Nevada, case
Tell
number
her to take a break
20.
till 9:30.
Madam Chairwoman, on number 7, I'm gonna ask for a litigation meeting and we're going to call Brian Hardy. So that will take longer than 14 minutes, so perhaps we should
Put it till the end? Do you
Yeah.
want to put it at the end or
either
not?
that or take a break until
We
9:30.
can't put it till the end because Brian's waiting for a call this morning.
Oh, okay. So then after can we do the 9:30 one and then come right back and do this one?
Yes.
Okay, so then we'll just take it, so do you wanna take a break until 9?
I don't know
Well, we're
what
at
else.
number 6 right now.
We tabled it.
Tabled 6.
Number 6 you tabled too?
Yeah.
Yes, they need it tabled.
Unless you wanna go to 8.
Yeah, we can do 8.
We can do 8, all right. For discussion and possible action regarding the email sent from the Governor's Office of Science and the Federal Communication Commission 5G Fund, and whether Lander County would like to participate.
Oh, no.
So,
Did you guys all get the correspondence?
Yes.
yes,
And what do you, basically, we put this on because we wanted to know your thoughts on that.
No,
Not
I don't wanna
interested.
take any money from the state.
no, we're not interested.
All right, that's, we thought it necessary to have you guys make that decision rather than Bert and I. So that's why it's on here.
Okay, so do you wanna make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we don't participate in the, governor's office, 5G fund program.
I'll second that.
So Art made the motion, Brian second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Very good.
Chair, Caitlin is gonna go call BLM and see if they want us to go ahead and just approve that without them being present.
Okay, do you
So-
want to go to number 9 then?
Yeah, we can do that.
Forward to number 9, so. We're going up
They're
these.
not here
Oh.
either.
They're not here?
No.
All right, why don't you open up number 9 and I'll make a
Okay.
little comment.
All right, for discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove the proposed from Eagle Communication to allow access to Lander County fiber optic cable.
All right, Commissioners, what this is Eagle Communications. They wanna tap into Lander County's, fiber optic cable.
They want to what?
Tap into it.
Okay.
And send it to Eureka, but also allow our TV board, which is a separate district and entity, the use of it. Now, I don't believe they've discussed this with Sky Fiber or with PC. They're gonna have to tap into one of them. I don't know if it's gonna cost the county more money. Bert and I really don't have any idea what Eagle wants to do. We've had trouble setting this because it took them, 4 or 5 weeks to even submit a proposal. And the proposal, if you look at that, doesn't even make a lot of sense. Because they're just saying they wanna tap in and it'll help, the TV board here. And
And they were supposed to give us the TV board agreement.
they were supposed to give us the TV board agreement, they were supposed to give us a lot of things. And we just haven't gotten any of these things, so I don't know what to tell you. And if Rutola was here, he wouldn't know what to tell you either.
Well, it's pretty clear in their proposal on the very last page, but there's no contract to go with it. And then they're not here to speak to it either, so.
Right, so I don't know what to say on this unless they're here to present the proposal. We were hoping they'd be here.
It was,
They
it
were
was a
gonna be
nice
here.
history. But I also wondered, since it's Eureka and that's fairly close to Austin, is there anything with any consideration? Heavens knows, we need something down there for our TV. We're still having nothing but problems, so,
Oh, really?
big time. I,
Does the TV district cover you
No.
down there?
no, it's separate.
So maybe we can table it, and then when it does come back, I'd like to know the pros and cons of it.
I would too, and
Absolutely.
I would like to know.
It was
Yeah,
our
but
understanding they were gonna be
all of our
here, so.
information if they tap into that.
I don't know.
Well, I know that neither PC nor Sky Fibers could say, oh, okay, go ahead and tap into
Oh,
our
yeah,
cable.
no, I was,
Gratis, I just don't believe that. And,
no, I don't believe that either.
You know,
It's called
th-
reality.
this
Yeah.
is, this is a business agreement, people are running a business, they wanna use something that belongs to us, why aren't they here? That's my question, they're only in Elko, that's 75 miles.
right, and we haven't got anything from our TV board.
Right.
And they're supposed to be, receiving a direct benefit, but I don't know what benefit they're receiving.
And maybe we need to have the TV board come with these people.
Well, I
to
thought
explain
maybe
it.
that's what would happen. I was certainly hoping that, but it's been rather difficult getting anything from them. We finally got the proposal, but you can read that. It doesn't answer our questions that we brought up today.
Well, and I just think there's way too many unanswered questions, and if they haven't spoken to the other two, businesses,
Yeah.
Right.
And is it competing against those other two?
Well, it's not competing against them, but it's just gonna cost, it's gonna cost us money to help.
Eureka.
To help a private business to ostensibly help our TV board,
Right.
who has their own budget and their own money. So, I
They
just,
should pay for it if there's.
well, I just throw up my hands and go, what is going on here? It's a third-party contract, and it may be a fourth-party contract.
Well, I would make a suggestion that if Eagle Communications is serious, that they come and they approach the TV board. TV board comes and we find out what's going on.
And I'd like maybe staff or maybe some of our, internet providers to provide us, pros and cons on it.
Right, right.
so we'll just go ahead and table that one.
And with the suggestions that we discussed.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
Can we go back to 5? Can I make a suggestion? I believe on 5, the last time it was in front of you guys were going to approve it. The only change on it is that, where they didn't have Lander County Courthouse, they had the old courthouse
Right.
address, and they did make that change on the copy that's in your
Okay.
packet. So we can at least get it approved.
so we can go back up and, open that number 5 back up. Do I need to read it back in again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so, all right, so, for discussion of possible action to approve or disapprove the memorandum of agreement between the Department of Interior, Land Management, Battle Mountain District Office in Lander County.
I'll make a motion that we approve the memorandum of agreement between the Department of Interior, Bureau of Land Management, Battle Mountain District Office in Lander County.
Second.
So Brian made the motion, Art second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, all right, so we have that taken care of. So, do we have time to do 10?
Well, Laura's not here, and I think JR
Well-
had questions.
Who had questions?
JR.
Well, I can answer those on 10. Why don't we open it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. All right, so we'll go move number 10 for discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove the aerial photography contract with pictometry.
This is an extension of our last one, right?
Well, no, it's not an extension. What it is, it's a slight modification. So we have an existing contract, so we want to enter into a new contract, and that includes a slight modification of the old contract.
Okay,
Same services, same people, it's just a slight modification. So we don't have modification on there, however, it's entering into a new contract, so we can certainly engage in this.
That's Eagle.
Oh, here's Eagle, we can open up the, so if you just approve the new contract, that's what it is, a slight modification of an existing contract.
Okay.
So the pictometry, so they take pictures of all Lander County parcels
Yes,
and they're updated, and then that's what the assessor uses to see if changes have been made to the property.
exactly.
And if they didn't have it, it would require them visiting every
Yes.
parcel in Lander County, is what it is?
Yes. Would require a bunch of different people to be employed even on a part-time basis.
And we've been doing this for
So,
quite
and
some
it's
time.
worked
Yeah, we
out.
have, yeah.
Laura is very happy with the results she's been getting from these people.
Okay.
good.
So
And she
what
has
was
the
it
money
that,
in
Ted,
her
you said it,
budget.
you said it did change, what on the contract exactly was it that changed?
Okay, hold on.
Do we need to put the amounts in there? In the motion?
Yeah, I'd like to know what the verbiage was that changed, or what it was exactly that changed about it,
I thought she was gonna be here.
yeah.
It said that the difference in the amount was $62,054.20.
Hold on one second. If you give me a minute.
Okay. this one is the public comment, we have to go to the public comment. But we're gonna go by this time, I'm assuming,
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
Yeah.
Go by that. Clock above the-
Yeah.
Was it just the amount that changed, Patsy? Was it just the amount that changed?
Yeah, that's the net amount of the change. It said on the very first page, an agenda request form, it says, the net change amount is this amount.
I wonder, yeah, so why did it go up so
So it would
much?
be the same price as the last one, plus the 62 is the way I'm,
That's a 17%.
yeah, because the whole total
Let me see
on the
here.
imagery was $306,592.
Come on up, Laura.
Oh, sorry.
Laura, was it just the amount that changed on the contract?
Laura Duval, assessor for the record. The amount and the area, we expanded a little bit of the area that they're flying, and so the net difference on the change is $62,054.20.
That increase is because of the increased area?
In the
that they're-
flight area, yeah, we expanded the flight area, because when we first did the contract back in 19, we somehow inadvertently excluded some areas that we needed to have flown over. So all it is just a modification to the second flight, and it's, like I said, the net increase is $62,054.
And the area they increased over, what are we taking into account now? What's the increased area? What part?
This is down in the south.
Got you down Austin
Yeah,
way?
so our area is down in Austin, Kingston, Gilman,
Okay.
Book 6, Book 7, Antelope Valley, Reese River Valley area. We just expanded a little bit because we missed some areas in the original contract. And this is just a modification, but anytime there's a change like that, we
Right.
have to bring
Yes,
it
no,
before you.
I understand.
They want it signed and agreed to, that you guys agree to the change. Basically, it's kind of like a change order,
That
okay?
answers my question.
That's why I gave you guys a copy of the original
Yeah, I
contract.
I seen it,
And
yeah.
then the modification, so, because the modification is the one that you'll sign, because you already signed the original one, okay?
So do we have a motion for time?
How often do you do the flyover thing?
Every couple of years, we do different areas of the county, but sometimes we go longer than that. It just kind of depends on the contract with them and what we agree to in terms of areas and stuff. This area has now been, we haven't flown it in 10 years, so there's been a lot of changes. And we also have a new program that's included in this called Change Finder, and what it does, it's really kind of neat. They're going to come and do some more training on it, but it takes the flight from however many years ago, matches it to today, and if there's any changes, it pulls those parcels out, and theoretically, you only have to go to look at those that actually have changes, and it'll show you exactly what it is and what size, what the structures are, so it's really very unique. And so instead of just looking at everything again, in some of our reappraisal areas, we can just go to those that have actually changed, and it saves a lot of time and man hours and money. So it's a very useful tool, and a lot of the counties are starting to utilize it.
I will make a motion that we approve the amended contract for the second project with Picometry for our aerial photography, and not to exceed the additional change amount of $62,054.20.
And a second,
I'll second it.
And authorize the chair to sign.
and authorize the chair to sign.
And authorize the chair to sign.
So Patsy made the motion, JR second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, very good, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we're gonna wait, since we only have a minute, to go back to number 2. All right, so for public hearing, for discussion of possible action to approve, disapprove the adoption of ordinance 2021-02 to amend Lander County Code, Title 5, Chapter 8, to establish a uniform liquor license process and all other matters properly related thereto.
Okay,
Is there anyone,
record,
yeah,
This is the time set for a public hearing on the
adoption of ordinance 2021-02, which is amending Lander County Code Title 5, Chapter 8, to establish a uniform liquor licensing process. Is there anyone here that would like to speak, either present or on the video channel, who would like to speak to this issue? No, so in
Muted.
that case, I just want to
Unmuted.
that Robert did an excellent job on this. This has been needed for 20 years. It brings us up to date, and it's marvelous, and I hope you've gone through it. And you've seen the needed changes, and unfortunately, they won't be ready for this July 4th, but next July 4th they will.
For someone who worked 30 years under the former liquor license, these are beautiful. The new ones, he did a fabulous job, so much appreciated and was well needed, so. All right.
I'll make a motion that we approve the adoption of ordinance 2021-2 to amend the Lander County Code Title 5, Chapter 08, to establish a uniform liquor licensing process for Lander County.
I'll second.
Art made the motion, Brian second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, very good. So now, which one was E? Oh, do you want to go back to number 7? All right.
Oh, we have Brian on hold.
Okay.
So, all right, so we're just going to close and go into a litigation meeting?
Yes,
All right, so we're going to close right now and go to.
Muted.
Call later.
This conference is no longer being recorded.
Do that, please. So now, I've already read that back in, so how are we going forward with number 7?
You just gotta go into 7 and make a motion.
Right.
All right, so, reopening number 7, and we'll get a motion.
I'll make a motion that we withdraw from the lawsuit Lander County et al. Versus State of Nevada and the Legislature of the State of Nevada, case number 20 OC 001161B and case number 20 0C or OC 001471B, and ask that it be done
I'll second
without
that.
prejudice.
I'll second that based upon the recommendation of the attorney and the DA involved in this situation. It appears that we've prevailed in the lawsuit for now, and we are keeping our eye on this situation. We would ask that the case be dismissed without prejudice.
Without prejudice.
Right.
So are you seconding Brian's motion?
Second.
So, Brian made the motion, Art second, all in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
right,
Do you wanna open 9 back up?
all right, yep. All right, we're gonna go back to number 9, for discussion of possible action to approve, disapprove the proposal from Eagle Communication to allow access to Lander County fiber optic cable. So if you guys would like to step forward, please.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Peyton Hilliard, for the record, Overview Communications and Technical Manager for the Eureka County Television District. What we're here to do today is, if you've all gotten a copy of the proposal, Eureka County is partnering with Elko and Humboldt counties as part of our upgrade to the fiber feed, or to the TV channels, to remove an old, very old cross-state microwave system and convert over to fiber optic feed. The purpose of the upgrade is to increase reliability and decrease overall cost and prevent having to spend, I have no idea how much, on upgrading the cross-state microwave equipment. For this, since we have a transmitter up on Argenta Ridge, we are needing to get access to a fiber optic carrier in the area. The only carrier we were able to find is AT&T, and they are able to service anywhere or almost anywhere in the Battle Mountain area. We have approached the hospital to try and get them into there. They basically have told us to approach the county first and see if the county is interested in hosting Eureka and Lander counties link up to our agenda. So, what we're looking to do is place a small amount of equipment at a location designated by the county. I know I've heard the courthouse has been mentioned a few times. All we need equipment-wise is, I believe, 3 small pieces of equipment, 1 rack unit each, and 1 microwave dish with line of sight up to Argenta. The whole purpose of this is going to be to carry TV signals from our head end in Reno via fiber up to the mountain and put it on the air for everyone to receive. We are partnered with the Lander County Television District. They are actually working on becoming a tenant in our building, so they'll be able to directly access the TV signals from that building instead of their current method, which is relying on the Eureka transmitters to push the signal 2,000 or so feet across the mountain into their hut. So we're hoping to get them free access and upgrade their ability to serve the Battle Mountain area as well. So, any questions so far?
I have some background questions
Sure.
for the commissioners. How does Eagle Communications, how do they come into this?
Basically, we are the contract technical managers for Eureka County Television District, as well as the operations and technical managers for the Elko County Television District.
So,
we're kind of the main technical people for the entire TV system.
so do you work for or with Eureka TV District?
We work for.
But you're a separate entity,
Yes,
and you're a private entity,
yes,
and you have a contract with the TV district.
correct.
And how many TV districts do you have a contract with?
We have Elko and Eureka primarily. We do have a non-contract, basically a friendly partnership with the Humboldt County TV District as well.
Are you gonna need to get into a contract with the Battle Mountain TV district?
We actually have an intention to do maybe a small contract with the Humboldt or the Lander County TV District, but that's still in the works. Right now, it's going to be just for the maintenance of their equipment as needed and as pretty much as needed for their transmitters.
Have you discussed the matter with Sky Fiber, who gives us our,
We have. We actually have gotten quotes from Sky Fiber, and they have been significantly more costly for the Eureka County TV District to get fiber up to Argenta than building out our own system.
well, if you tap into Lander counties,
Mhm.
you would be into Sky Fiber still.
We would not be tapping into Lander County equipment. We'd be basically entirely separate. Eureka would be ordering a circuit from AT&T to, if it's this location, and we would actually not interface with any of the Lander County network or equipment.
So all you're asking for is real estate on our county building?
Pretty much.
What do you mean, pretty much?
We're just asking for real estate and power, in essence. Our power usage is about 100 watts, very, very low power, and real estate, we're looking for somewhere where we can put our equipment, which is going to be roughly just about that much space, 3 units of space, and a dish on either a tower or a roof-mounted.
And then by doing so, you're improving the television signal for Eureka County and Lander County?
Yes,
So you basically want a site license agreement.
pretty much.
Well, you
Just
say
that,
pretty
it's
much.
a site license agreement would be, it would be what I would consider more of a, I would say a lease for space.
Well, that's what a site license.
Okay.
Site
agreement
license
is.
agreement, right?
Yeah,
And we have it with
So-
a number of entities,
okay,
and which allows them to access both the courthouse group and/or the water tower.
okay.
So I just
That would
want,
be ideal then, yes.
so you would
so
want a
site
site
license-
license agreement for one of those two.
Yes. We would prefer the courthouse, as it's gonna be a county entity that's taking the lease, and I don't think there's any easy access fiber optic connectivity over at the water tower, but I'm not 100% certain, as I've never inquired about that location.
Well, we have, we allow PC and Sky Fiber.
Mhm.
They both have a site license agreement for the water tower where they put up their,
Yeah. Yeah, okay,
so, I mean, we do allow it. I mean, the commissioner's familiar with the site license
Yeah.
agreement. So if you talk to them in those terms, they will
okay,
more than understand what you're asking.
yeah. Yeah, it's, site license agreement's a little different than what I would have called anything in the past. It's just a building lease or a space lease.
Site license.
So, site license it is.
Okay, so I
How
have,
many customers do you have
For,
about Mountain? How many TV people? How many people just have TV and?
that one I'm gonna have to ask Mel. Do you have any idea?
No idea.
There's actually more
Yeah.
than you would think.
A lot of older
because-
people.
Yes,
watch
it's the new
television.
TV, those new TVs,
Mhm.
have like the Roku in them and pick up those, so there's actually more people than, and you're absolutely right, the older people utilize the service a lot more than you'd think. I was surprised, but yes.
Well, how many?
Oh,
There's a bunch.
There's a bunch.
Be surprised, I wanna know how many.
there's probably over 100 plus easily that utilize it. We do, and there's, a couple of our TVs, we actually use it. I know the Laytons use it, I know, actually, there's quite a few people. I wasn't even aware of it until, actually, I think Mel was one of them that said something about
Well,
it,
hundred
so,
and fifty people out of 6,000 people.
I don't know, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
all they're it's my understanding that all they're asking for
It's just a
is
small.
basically a site license
Yeah.
agreement to put their
Well,
equipment.
that's what
Yeah.
they need to present.
Then they're going to have a separate contract, our county has nothing to do with it, between the TV districts of
Right.
Yeah.
Elko, Lander, and
Eureka.
Eureka and Humboldt.
Yep.
And we have nothing to do with that. You just want a place to put your equipment.
Correct. And we actually already have the infrastructure built, so Elko, Humboldt counties, and the southern end of Eureka County are already on our fiber distribution. They're, have decommissioned their entire microwave system, so right now, Lander County and North Eureka County are the only ones that are still on a workaround through that old system. And we're trying to get rid of that old system entirely since parts are no longer available.
And
Okay.
you'll know that there's, how many people are, because when the site goes down, or you get calls
Oh,
about when
yeah.
is it going to be fixed, because I've gotten several of those, I'm like, I have no idea, ask Bart, because I don't know anything about the system, so yeah.
And I know for sure I get calls anytime North Eureka goes down. Since we maintain their equipment, everybody knows to call me.
so I have a question while we're negotiating on this, because I'm from the southern part.
Okay,
And we definitely need help, and so since you're already in Eureka, it's not that far, is there something that can be done perhaps to enhance we don't have a TV district, but we definitely have problems getting TV reception.
yeah, there actually is. I have spoken with Bert a couple times on this. He's mentioned that the Austin areas needs some work on their equipment. And I've been trying to see if I can get any information on what's already there, so I can send, or basically drive down and do well, if I can get that there, then I don't have to figure out what's there by charging for a trip. I can actually have the pictures and everything and understand what equipment you have and do an engineering plot from my office. Then we can figure out how to improve or fix the coverage or see what equipment we have to interface with. I actually did look at the possibility of upgrading the Austin site to a IP-based or a microwave-based feed. In essence, the fiber feed. It is doable as if we link from Prospect Peak in Eureka to Austin. There is a clean shot there, so it could actually be part of the network as well.
Okay, and you're working with Bert on that already?
Yes,
Thank you.
just a little bit.
What we usually do legally is we do up a site license agreement
Mhm.
and agendize that and have them approve that.
Yeah.
So would you be willing to go along with that?
Yeah, we'd be willing to. The only request I have is with the site license agreement, if we can get figured out today which location is preferred, then I can actually get my licensing and everything filed before July 1.
Which one do you prefer?
I would honestly prefer the courthouse
Well,
since
then that's-
I know
We
there's
don't, yeah,
AT&T
we
fiber.
don't care. We just give a site license agreement.
Okay.
And we usually have an amount that we say we're consistent with everybody that does it.
Mhm.
And we can give you, better fact, we can give you an example of a site license agreement
That
that
would
you
be,
can take with you.
that would
And
be appreciated. Since,
then we can put one together and re-agendize this
Mhm.
for the county commissioner's approval, if that's all right with you, and if it's all right with the county commission.
Yeah, that would be very appreciated. And that'll allow me to present some paperwork to the Eureka TV district so they can discuss and approve the agreement as well, since.
Matter of fact, we can
When you
do
come
this.
back with that agreement,
Mhm.
come back with information about the southern part of Lander County hooked up with
Yep.
Eureka, because we do have TV use down there a whole lot.
Yeah,
And then you can just package it up nice and neat, and we can,
Yep.
look at it for approval.
Yeah, we
Okay.
currently contract with someone out of Fallon, I believe,
Yes.
it's
for
probably
those services.
CC Communications actually, from what I understand, so.
Yes, and we haven't been, and I include Austin, haven't been happy with that arrangement. So if you can do something, we're
Yeah.
willing,
I would absolutely love to,
more
Assist
than
you with
willing
that.
to entertain anything you have,
yeah,
any suggestions you have.
Yeah.
But my office will give you a copy of the courthouse site license agreement, so
okay,
you understand exactly what it is. And we can go from there.
We'll just
Okay.
email it to you.
that'll work.
Okay,
So
perfect.
how many channels are you talking here?
Let's see, the way the digital television works, there are actually channels for broadcast and channels for viewing. Each broadcast channel has typically 3 or more viewable channels. So with all of the Reno channels and some of the Salt Lake channels that are being rebroadcast, I'm not certain if the Lander County's broadcasting those. That would be, with just the Reno channels, that's typically about 20 to 25 channels. With Salt Lake and Reno, everything that we have, let's say in Elko, that would be 36, I think, channels. So,
Where I'm at, I can get 23.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
had
get
it in my
about, we
gun.
get about 23 as well.
yeah,
But
that's,
some of them are duplicates,
Yeah.
yeah,
because you
But
got
it's
2
nice.
towers.
yeah, there are duplicates. There should be, well,
I think there's 20 separate channels.
approximately. Yeah, there's roughly about 20, and the goal here is to increase that so we have all of the Reno channels visible from Argenta Rim, which will cover this whole area, which I don't know the exact count, honestly, off the top of my head on how many channels there are. I would say it's between 25 or 20 and 25, but I'm not 100% certain. And of course, these are all free to receive channels, no cost associated except for just the general improvement district's tax. So, which usually is minimal.
So,
Thank you.
we'll go ahead.
So
Any other
we'll-
questions?
We'll get that out to you today from my office,
Okay.
and then you look at it, and if you want to pencil or pen in any different conditions or anything,
Okay.
you can, or if you say, oh, that's acceptable, whatever you want to do.
That'll work, and like you said, I have to bring it to the Eureka TV board so they can
Oh, I
review
understand.
as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I get to play the middleman.
I understand, I'm trying to simplify it for you.
Yes,
so.
thank you, thank you.
All right.
Thanks,
Very
Pete.
good, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Simplify it.
All right. To 11. So, for discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove the acceptance of the coronavirus local fiscal recovery fund award term and conditions, and to proceed with the process to receive said funds and authorize the county manager to sign.
So basically, there was a video teleconference, I guess you would call it, a Zoom meeting where they discussed a little bit of this, and I caught the tail end of it. But from my understanding, and Liz can fill in where she needs to, but the reporting that goes along with this is very task involved. And then there was mention that they don't know all the terms exactly, and that it could change down the road. I mean, just from the little bit I listened to, I don't want anything to do with it, but I'm one guy, and maybe Liz can fill us a little bit more in on the meeting.
So Bert Lakin and I, we sat in on the webinar on it and we listened to it. If we accept the money now, they even said on the webinar yesterday that there are changes that are coming down the road for stipulations next summer. So if we accept it now, then we're stuck to any stipulations that they attach to it next summer.
Yeah.
Currently,
So-
there, aside from legally, aside from the exhaustive reporting obligations, there are no other entanglements. However, as Brian and Liz pointed out, unfortunately, they could change that
They keep it
mid-road,
open.
so my recommendation would be, I don't have a lot of trust and faith in the people we're dealing with, so my recommendation is unless we see what we're gonna be involved with
That's right.
beforehand, not to do it. That's my
No, I
recommendation.
agree. And I have a question. Is this the same money that when we had the NACO meeting and?
Different money.
This is fiscal funds, not anything to do with the CARES
Oh,
funds,
okay,
completely
all right.
separate.
Just make sure I
But on
understand
another
it.
note, at that, it's, for Bert and I, we believe that what could potentially happen, because the reporting is so detailed and there are specific dates, if you mess up in that reporting one time and you miss a deadline on that, we think that's when we're gonna get entangled and entrapped with them.
Like there's fine print that
Yeah.
we're not, you know what I'm saying, that hasn't even been presented yet, but yet they want us to vote on it.
Right.
Accept it now, which is ludicrous, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's an easy one.
Well, I'll make a motion that we disapprove acceptance of the COVID local fiscal recovery fund, because nothing is defined as far as accepting the money.
All right.
I'll
Okay.
second the motion.
So Art made the motion, Brian second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Moving forward. For discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove one of the following bids for number 6 water treatment plant equipment. Pre-purchase, phase 1 treatment plant will produce arsenic-free portable drinking water for the users of Battle Mountain. A pilot plant test was conducted successfully prior to the bid. 1, Adridge Water Technologies LLC in the amount not to exceed $1,353,000. And then Denora Water Technologies LLC in amount not to exceed $1,336,200 recommended by the Public Works Director. Okay.
So it actually, it's arsenic free, so zero arsenic, ones just run through the treatment, huh?
This is, my name's Marty.
If you insist.
Marty Ugaldi with Day Engineering. So it'll be zero or non-detect for a while. But as the media gets exhausted by collecting the arsenic from the water, eventually the media will have to be replaced. So once the arsenic level reaches a target of 8 parts per billion, which is just below the 10 parts maximum contaminant level, the media will have to be removed from the filter vessels and replaced with new media.
And what's the media, what's the projected cost of media? When it has to be replaced, is it there? Right here, I see it.
There was a,
Yes.
Okay, I see it, yep.
Yeah. So there are two, the bid was set up with two separate concepts. One was a capital cost to manufacture and fabricate the filter vessels and including the media and a recovery system. And the second bid schedule concept, bid items 4, I believe, through 9 or 10 was set up to get a cost to operate or to maintain that system, operating and expense costs, including chemical, electrical costs, media replacement costs. So that's the second part. And that's proposed as $1 per 1,000 gallons treated. So Denora's, the apparent low bidder's cost was 36 cents per 1,000 gallons treated. And I'm going off of memory here, so if I have those numbers slightly wrong, but it was, I think, 69 cents or something in that neighborhood for the other bidders' operating cost per 1,000 gallons treated.
I believe the operating cost is about half.
So in looking at the bids, because there's not that much difference in the bids, there are in, like, anytime contractors bid things anyway, or fabricators, it's, this one's higher, this one's lower, this one's higher, this one's lower, so it comes out pretty close, but I did notice, and that's why we appreciate what you do, to look at all the things that we don't know to look at, but I did notice they said fabrication and some assembly. So that means we will be assembling here locally, and we're okay with what we need to do?
Yes, it comes in packages, and I think we assemble it, you know, it's fairly simple, I believe.
So both of them were that way, is what I'm saying. They all come like that. That wasn't a difference.
I believe so.
Again, Martin Ugali with Aging. So this particular plant is larger than some of the other plants that would provide a completely assembled filtration system on a skid. The entire system would be fabricated in their yard or their shop and placed on a skid, bolted, mounted, fixed to a skid, and shipped completely assembled.
Okay.
This particular plant, because of the production capabilities of well 6 at 2,000 gallons a minute, this particular treatment plant, they will fabricate the 14-foot diameter vessels and some of the manifold, but not everything will be completely assembled in their yard, just simply because of the size and the weight. So they will ship that out unassembled, some of it, and we'll have to issue a second contract, go out to bid for phase 2, which will be the building, assembling and connecting the piping and putting everything together. So
That was my
phase 2 will
concern.
be housing everything, putting it together, connecting it to your system, testing it, and installing the media and getting everything ready to go.
Okay, but both bids were the same on that, in other words.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
no matter which one we would go with, we would have to go another contract.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is correct. And I would like to add, in my personal opinion, which means nothing to anyone except myself, I think that on a $1.3 million bid, $17,000 or $16,800 difference between the two bids, in my opinion, in my estimation, I would say that both bidders bid on the same project. It was put out that way, but I guess what I'm saying is, I think both of them were looking at the same thing.
Okay.
To be that close on that large of a bid, or that high of a bid, I think they were both looking at the same project.
Well, I thought so too, because there
Right.
isn't that much difference, yeah. Okay,
Right.
thank you.
So everybody understands we're gonna have a reoccurring 200,000+ every 2 years on that system to replace the media.
Can I please comment on that as well?
Yes,
I'm
please.
sorry, thank you. That would be the understanding by looking at that documentation. However, the life of the media was estimated at 2 years because of the pilot plant that we did, that you guys paid for, and assuming that the plant was gonna be running full steam 24/7 for 2 years. And so the goal is here to operate the system intermittently as needed, so perhaps.
Stretch it out even longer.
Gotcha.
So we can extend the life, and as an example of that, we did a similar project, Day Engineering was involved in the design of a similar project treating arsenic at a similar concentration level for Crescent Valley, Lander County. Actually, it was Eureka County was the entity, but the life of the media actually went a little over 4 years by the way it was being managed and used. So the 2 years, again, is based on worst-case scenario where you're running your plant 24/7 for 2 years at full capacity.
So this is on well number 6, so this is not the only well that produces drinking water for our town, so my question would be, do we have other wells that are within the scope of our
Yes.
arsenic, minimums?
Yes. we
Okay,
do.
this is the only
We're
one that's
running off
not-
them right now.
Okay.
But the problem is they're way out there. If we have troubles, come bringing that water into town, then we always have this backup. there.
Gotcha,
So,
okay, I understand.
And then this is the largest
Yes.
producing
Yeah.
well in your system
Okay.
right now.
Cool. All right, you guys have any other questions? I'll make a motion that we approve, Denora Water Technologies LLC in the amount not to exceed $1,336,200. And it's also note that it's recommended by our Public Works Director. And this is for the purpose of producing arsenic-free potable water for users in Battle Mountain.
Second.
Brian made a motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and take a 10-minute break, please.
Mute will now be recorded. Unmuted.
All right, moving on to number 13, for discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove resolution 2021-09 to levy the 2021-2022 tax rate.
So, I have a question, so, and I had brought this up before, was with these, tax rates, because I had talked about possibly giving the school a little bit more to help where possibly they might not have to take so much grant money or what. Is there a way that we can pull from one fund, put it into that fund or not?
Are you listening?
We haven't met our max, have we?
If we need to get Lakin on the phone, she told me I can get her on the phone, and these are questions I think she needs
Okay.
to.
Yeah,
Do you think, do
it's,
you know?
You can move them around, but I thought the school and the hospital is.
They're
Yeah.
they're set in stone.
but
They're
everything
set.
else
So
you
we
can-
can't add to that?
We can give them grants, we can give them money.
But you can't
But not
change
this
the
way.
tax rate,
No,
because it's set by state.
right. As long as we're up to, they said it's up to a certain amount. I have to find out from Lincoln or the treasurer if we've reached that certain amount, like Patsy points out. If, it's up to a certain amount per $100 of tax base. I don't know if we've reached that certain amount. If we have, then no.
Yeah.
If we haven't, yes. But there's other ways
Yeah, no, I get it.
to give money.
I just come from the thing, it's like, it's basically, bottom line is our youth. And they need money, and they take these grants, there's things attached to these grants that don't necessarily benefit our youth. And it's like, that causes me great concern.
Brian, I would strongly suggest that if you want to filter money, if this board wants to filter money to school, to do it by grant for a specific purpose,
Gotcha.
rather than to do it by tax base, which allows them to do anything they want
No,
with that money.
I understand.
And it would be just throwing good money after bad in that case,
Okay.
depending on who's running the school system, of course.
Okay.
But so I guess enough said.
If at any time you guys need me to get Lakin on the phone, she's available.
Okay, I'm from, that answers my question, thank you.
Okay, with the resolution, we have to read that in, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Patsy. I
I make a motion that we approve resolution number 2021-09 of the Board of Lander County Commissioners. It's a resolution by the Lander County Commissioners, State of Nevada, to levy the ad valorem property tax rate required for the fiscal year July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022, in accordance with NRS 361.460. Whereas NRS 361.460 states, immediately after the Nevada Tax Commission shall certify the combined tax rate, the Board of County Commissioners shall by resolution proceed to levy the tax rate required for the fiscal period beginning the succeeding July 1st, 2021, designating the number of cents of each $100 of property levied for each fund. Now therefore, it is hereby resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Lander County now that the Nevada Tax Commission has certified the combined tax rate, that the levy of taxes in Lander County for the fiscal period beginning July 1st, 2021 shall be in accordance with the following schedule for each fund on $100 of property. General Fund, 1.2670, Road and Bridge, 0.1909, Indigent, 0.0755, Ag Extension, 0.0150, Aging Services, 0.0850, Airport, 0.0400, Culture and Recreation, 0.0895, Youth Services, 0.0009, State Indigent, NACO, 0.0150, State Medical Indigency, 0.0655, Capital Acquisition, 0.0300, Lander County Landfill, 0.0500, Hospital, 0.5109, School, 0.7500, State Rate, 0.1700. It's a base of 3.3552. The specials are Austin Town, 0.2890, Battle Mountain Town, 0.0500, and Kingston Town, 0.3048. Passed and adopted this 24th day of June 2021, and authorize our chair to sign.
So, now question, do you see, which ones did you say we couldn't change on this?
The school and hospital.
Okay, so if you look at like indigent, we're 0.0755, and then you have state indigent, parentheses NACO, which I still don't understand that relationship, is 0.0150. I mean, that's so indigent services were at 0.09, I think roughly. And then you look at something like Ag Extension, who gets 0.0150. What, I mean, we're an ag community, why wouldn't we give more money to them and less to the indigent services? I'm just putting that out for discussion. Anybody have any?
Well, isn't it with the indigent fund that the county is actually end up being responsible for indigent, like I'm looking at some indigent medical as well.
Indigent services.
Yeah,
and medical.
indigent services, we end up paying on.
We do.
The other end as well, so, this money's kind of a cushion,
Yes.
that we put in that budget, because when it runs out, the county still has to pay anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have so Patsy made the motion, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Patsy made a motion, do you have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, very good, moving forward. Alright, the discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove, payment of Lander County Treasurer for payment of taxes held for 2021-2022.
So this is just for people that I hold on to for next year's taxes, like Chucker Hills, cause he pays so much. He sends like $1,000 every other month, and we just hold on to it till the new year. So he can pay all his taxes at once.
Oh, okay, so, he just prepays,
Mm-hmm.
and then does whatever he has left over, just that's on the book and rolls over till the next time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I move to approve payment to the Lander County Treasurer in the amount of $11,355.77 for the taxes collected in advance from specific taxpayers for the 2021-2022 tax year.
Have a second?
Second.
Patsy made the motion, Brian second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright. Discussion regarding letter on 1-year delinquent taxes per NRS 361.5648 and NRS 361.565.
So the information that we have in our backup is actually the 20 letters that you sent out, and then the ones, you said, let's see,
The ones that were
of
returned and
the 20
deliverable.
envelopes that were sent out that were returned, that we have no forwarding address and no way to contact these
Correct.
people. 23 parcels and 20 people, right?
There's 239 envelopes that were mailed,
Right.
and 20 of those came back.
But I said in our backup, that's all we have, are the ones that came
Oh,
back.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so, we don't have any, this is not an action item, so, apparently you want the letter read in for the records, is that correct, Counselor?
Yes.
Okay, okay, for the records then, we will acknowledge the Lander County Treasurer's personal affidavit to the board affirming that due notice has been mailed with respect to each parcel. And I will read the letter in dated May 17, 2021, to the Board of Lander County Commissioners. Issuance of affidavit and legal advertisement of delinquent taxpayers pursuant to NRS 361.5648. The undersigned does hereby affirm that each taxpayer was given due notice by first-class mail of the delinquency with respect to each parcel. 288 parcels were delinquent in payment of taxes due for 2020, 2021. 239 envelopes were mailed, 20 envelopes were returned as undeliverable with no forwarding address as of May 17, 2021. 23 notices were within those 20 envelopes determined as undeliverable with no forwarding address as of May 17, 2021, and that is from Justiva Johnson, Lander County Treasurer, and ex officio tax receiver. Thank you.
And then the next page, is that a list of the ones that,
Yeah.
so we have Battle Mountain Gold USA Inc. on there? The second from the bottom.
Yes. We get them back every year.
And this is a list of all delinquent taxpayers.
Not all of them, just
I
the,
mean, the ones that were, yeah.
yes.
And you get it back every year, is that what you say?
And then what do we do with these people that are delinquent? We just
In 3 years, when they become delinquent, we take their property.
take the property home?
And does that happen often? I mean, does it roll out that way that it ends up taking several pieces of property for delinquent taxes? Okay.
I was under the impression that, Newmont had got all of, Battle Mountain Gold's property. I mean,
Some of Newmont called to change the address on some of them, but not all of them, so I'm not sure.
so it
They
may
all go
not
different
actually-
ways.
May not actually be Battle Mountain Gold.
Right.
Yeah, okay, now I understand.
Oh, that makes sense.
So that's all we need to do on that one? Okay, all right. Moving forward, Lander County Treasurer, for discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove adjustments to the tax roll. Secured roll adjustments. A, adjustments of 2018-2019 secure roll. B, adjustments to 2019-2020 secured roll. C, adjustments to 2020-2021 secured roll. Secured special assessment adjustments to 2020-2021 special assessment secured roll. Unsecured roll adjustments. A, adjustments to 2017-2018 unsecured roll. B, adjustments to 2018-2019 unsecured roll. C, adjustments to 2019-2020 unsecured roll. And D, adjustments to 2020-2021 unsecured roll. And then unsecured roll special, assessment adjustments, none. So. Anybody have any questions?
Okay, I'll start with the first one. I move to approve the adjustments to the secured roll as follows. A, approve adjustment to 2018-19 secured roll in the amount of $157.77. B, approve adjustment to 2019-2020 secured roll for $162.39. And C, approve adjustment to 2020-21 secured roll for $389.25. Total combined adjustment for the secured roll during the 2020-21 fiscal year is $709.41.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Patsy made the motion, Brian second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Where's the special assessment?
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the adjustment to the special assessments on the secured roll. A, 2018-2019. That would be what, water and sewer, WNS?
Yes.
Liens transferred twice from Austin, the amount of $5,833.10. And B, 2018-2019, water and sewer WS liens transferred twice from Battle Mountain, $41,794.19. Total combined adjustment to the special assessments on the secured roll for 2020-21 fiscal year, $47,627.29.
I'll second.
Patsy made the motion, Brian second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
And then on the next one, I'll make a motion to approve, I move to approve the adjustments to the unsecured roll as follows. A, approve adjustments to 2017-18 unsecured roll for $65.62. B, approve adjustments to 2018-2019 unsecured roll for $123.38. C, approve adjustments to 2019-2020 unsecured roll for $128.51. D, approve adjustment to 2020-2021 unsecured roll in the amount of $1,034.31. And those are credits, right, in parentheses, yeah. And A was a credit as well, I should have stated that.
Correct.
Total combined adjustments for the unsecured roll during 2019-2020 fiscal year is $848.04 credit.
Brian made the motion, second?
I'll second it.
Darren second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So unsecured roll, there was none, so.
Probably just for the record, we should note on that the unsecured roll special assessment adjustments, there were none.
There were none.
So no action taken.
Okay. For discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove the transfer of delinquent water and sewer accounts to the 2020-2021 secured tax roll as reconciled on June 24th, 2021. A, to transfer the reconciled accounts according to Lander County Code Section 13.04.050.7 E, Battle Mountain. And then B, to transfer the reconciled accounts according to Lander County Code Section 13.04.057 E and or 13.08.050 Austin.
So I'll make a motion to approve the reconciled delinquent water and sewer accounts be transferred from Battle Mountain Water and Sewer to the secure 2020 and 2021 tax roll per Lander County Code Section 13.04.0507E in the amount not to exceed $49,124 reconciled on June 4th, 2021.
I'll second the motion.
All right, Brian made the motion, Patsy second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. For, discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove.
Oh, just a minute. No, we have a second
No,
part
we have
on
a
there.
second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
We
I'll
still
make a-
have Austin.
This is on B. I'll make a
I'm sorry.
motion to approve the reconciled delinquent water and sewer account be transferred from Austin Water and Sewer to the secured 2020-2021 tax roll per Lander County Code Section 13.08.050 in the amount not to exceed $2,224.16 reconciled on June 24th, 2021.
Do you have a second? So Brian made the motion, or second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. All right, moving forward now. For discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove payment of delinquent water and sewer accounts for 2020, 2021 and reconcile on June 24th, 2021. A, to pay accounts according to Lander County Code Section 13.04.0507E Battle Mountain. And then B, to pay accounts according to Lander County Section 13.04.0507E and or 13.08.050 Austin. Did
I make a motion to approve payment to the Battle Mountain Water and Sewer and the amount not to exceed $49,124 reconciled on June 24th, 2021 for the Battle Mountain Water and Sewer delinquent accounts 90 days or older per Lander County Code Section 13.04.050.7E.
Second?
Second.
Patsy made the motion, Brian second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
And I move to approve the payment in the amount not to exceed $2,224.16 reconciled on June 24th, 2021 to the Austin Water and Sewer for delinquent accounts 90 days or older per Lander County Code Section 13.08.050 per Lander County Code Section 13.08.050.
Second?
I'll second.
All right, Patsy made the motion, Brian second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Thank you, Justy.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. For correspondence, reports, future agenda items. So we just, on that one,
Do you guys have anything?
We did we did table some, didn't we?
Yeah, I carried those over.
you carried them over?
Yeah. You guys have anything else?
So any public comment?
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, our next one is in Austin.
Yes, the
So do we have specific, I would guess that probably Summit Engineering should be on there. I see we just paid us some money, so assuming they will
Give an update.
pick us up to date on the correspondence, right? And I think actually JR was on the team that was doing some interview for our ag extension, but we have hired someone.
Yes, Lois Urquiaga, I believe, took the position.
Nice, very
I
nice.
voted for it.
Very good, nice job, very good.
Yeah, long overdue.
Yes,
Thank
very
you.
good. Good person in there, so, then we need, public comment?
You all have a wonderful 4th of July.
Yeah, motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Art second, Brian made the motion, Art, did I do that? Arkin seconded, all in favor? Aye. Very good, thank you, everybody.
This conference is no longer being, this conference will